Hi, hello, I'm Savannah. If you are new here, I can't lie to you, I feel really nervous. I haven't sat in front of a camera for so long. Long time no see. I'm sorry. In fact, I feel extremely guilty, and I want to say I'm just so grateful for all of you that are still here, and if you're watching this, thank you so much. It literally means everything to me, and I have really no excuses for it. I just didn't feel like filming. I didn't feel like it was fitting into what my life was, and I wanted to sit down with you and give you a bit of an update, and hopefully transition this into posting more content more regularly. Like throughout the year, obviously I'll see kind of how it goes and what direction I want to take this into, but there's a lot I need to catch you up on, so let's get right into it. For those of you who don't know, I was living in Germany since January 2022. I guess I didn't really make it obvious, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you maybe wouldn't even have known. Plug that in if you want to go follow me on Instagram. It's Savannah C. Jackson, and I post a lot more there. I try to keep the updates a lot more consistent. First, I want to talk about Germany. What did I think of it? I know I had people asking me just like what my life was like, and I loved it. I was living in Berlin, and it was just the easiest semester I have had. It was probably a huge, I guess, amalgamation of reasons. It wasn't just that it was Berlin, but I loved how accessible it was. I liked that it was so flat that I could bike everywhere. It was pretty cold and like deep winter for Berlin for a really big portion of the time I was there, but I still biked everywhere. It was so good. I just love biking as like a form of transportation. I also am vegan. The ease of having vegan options literally accessible everywhere. Not only vegan options in like restaurant sort of situations, but more even just grocery stores. Like vegan milks, vegan yogurts, vegan cheeses was really exciting, and the culture is obviously like very focused on sustainability. Fashion as well was really interesting over there, and I just felt like the culture had a lot in common with my interests, or I guess I have a lot in common with the culture. And the living space that Minerva offered was a hotel. They changed our sheets every Saturday, which was such a time saver, and like honestly was just a huge help. The laundry was expensive, so also having that was like amazing. I didn't have to bring my sheets. They sound like little things, but those things make a big difference. Like I got a really good room where the sleeping space and the study space was separated, which honestly made my life so easy, because I find it really difficult, and I'm sure many of you can relate, when you are studying, working, and looking at your bed. And I think that was one of the main problems I encountered in Seoul and just other cities at Minerva, just because I just don't think those spaces should be one. So having that division was extremely helpful. And we also had our own bathroom, which after Seoul, man, I was extremely grateful to have my own like toilet and shower in the room. And the kitchen was not the best, but still there was one. I felt comfortable in that kitchen, even though it was disgusting most of the time. But that's just a communal kitchen, isn't it? Yeah, and then in terms of classes, I was also, oh my goodness, so lucky. I had 3 probably of my favorite classes I've ever had at Minerva, with the best schedule, with the best professors. It was just such a good combination of everything. My professors were Prof. Eberhardt, who I may have mentioned before, but she's like my female icon professor. I love her so much, and she's just kind of like a girl boss with just such an interesting life. We also got to meet her in person, which was such an amazing experience. I also had a new professor for my history class, which I was kind of dreading history. I was a little bit afraid. I was never good at remembering like dates and people as much as I was remembering like scientific terms, but he was an angel. That class was so good. I just had such a good time going to office hours. He was so helpful and so encouraging, and his like catchphrase was stay wonderful, which always like put a smile on my face. I haven't mentioned in this video yet, but I am double majoring in brand management, like marketing at the business college, and then in arts and literature in the arts and humanities college. And then my other business professor, Professor Robbins, really like easy. And I say easy not because it was like genuinely like very easy, but just because when you like something it's just so much easier. So many good things about like my circumstances, which is why maybe not posting sounds weird. Like, why was I not active online? Because I feel like the times in the past where I've taken a little bit more of a break from being online is because I've had like such a negative like experience, and like my circumstances were maybe not great, but I was just so happy. I just liked being in that moment and experiencing everything I could. And it was like life was busy still. I was just so at peace and so grateful. And then I would say like another really big part of my semester was, what would I even call that? Like pursuing my professional objectives, or like at least getting some sort of head start on that. So at Minerva, we get coaches, career coaches, and I hadn't actually used my coach too much. So I decided to set up bi-weekly sessions with her, which honestly helped so much, even though I didn't get an internship slash job until like really late in the year, and I'll talk about that later. But like it was really good to just have this consistent conversation that was open, and it kept me really accountable. And I spent a lot of time researching internships, working on my resume, working on cover letters, which I'm happy about. I'm really happy about that, like professional development. That's what I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for. I feel that I have made advancements, and I attribute a lot of that to like the consistency. And so I probably sacrificed a little bit of like my personal projects. I see YouTube as like a personal project and something I'm really passionate about. And I guess I sacrificed a little bit of that to that professional development, and also going to more office hours. I tried a lot harder to be engaged with the staff members of my school because I realized how important that would be to my success. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I was actually sick like 5 times in 2022 so far. 4 of those times were in Berlin, and that's probably another contributor to why I didn't film, because I was sick so many times. Was one of those times COVID? Potentially. I was never in the capacity to test at the time, and I decided to isolate regardless. In terms of like really good memories, I wanted to kind of talk about, because I had a few key like relationships that I made with people, like encounters, I don't know, things that happened. So the first one, which I am so happy about, because I always had this vision of people that are online are so far and they're so difficult to reach. I can tell sometimes, you know, like I would still be friends with this person. And there was one person in particular that you might have heard of called Mina Rome. I met Amina in person a few times when I was in Berlin. I had reached out to her and she responded, and our like time together was so memorable. And we studied together one time, we just like went on a walk, and I felt just really grateful to make this connection. I also met Jade from Unjaded Jade. She came over to my room to take a class. It was actually our history class. We both had it together all semester. Like I had communicated with her a lot online prior, but being in person and like being able to hug when you only know someone online, it's different, right? And I am so excited to meet also like other students at my school that I have never met in person. So I have just a lot of exciting things ahead, and it made it feel really possible when I met people that initially started as only this like figure above me, to just be like on the same ground and be able to have like a real conversation. I encourage any of you to try to meet the people that you think you want to be friends with, even if you're like there's no way they're gonna answer. People are real. And I actually met with a subscriber in Berlin, which was so much fun, Charmaine, and we just had a coffee. Sorry, my SD card was full. The camera angle might be different. Hopefully it's not too different. Next thing I'll talk about is that after Germany, I spent a week in Paris, which was so dreamy. I was there with like my stepmom. She's like my dad's girlfriend who's been in my life for a really long time. and then my boyfriend. We met up in Paris and we stayed in a beautiful little Airbnb. I got to meet a lot of people there, including my like aunt and cousin, my friend from Ottawa, actually from back home, and then I also got to meet Midi. I'll pop up her Instagram on the screen. She is so sweet. She reached out to me a while ago. I think it was honestly December 2021, and I did a live with her. I spoke about Minerva, and she's from Argentina, and we met up in Paris, had a coffee, chatted for a while. I was so excited to get to know her, and I'm so excited because, drumroll please, I'm moving to Buenos Aires in the fall. To meet someone from Argentina and to know that she's gonna be there while I'm there, it just makes my heart so warm. I am so excited. First of all, I have a friend already. Second of all, I haven't been to Latin America since I was at UC Costa Rica, and boy do I miss it. I miss it so badly. On top of that, something that's really exciting is that it's not just my class at Minerva, it's also the class just above us, so the M23s. At Minerva, we're not usually in the same city during the semester as like any other class, but because of the pandemic and because of how things worked out, I will be with them in the fall, and then in the spring, also super exciting, my class is going to be with the class below us, so M25s. So then it comes down to summer. What am I doing? Where am I? Might be a little confusing. I know I haven't mentioned anything. So I am home in Ottawa, Canada all summer. I'm actually really excited to be home. It's just so easy. I miss my parents making me food. I miss my sister so badly. I have a little 4-year-old sister, and I miss my brother, who's not 4, he's 18, but I just missed people here. My boyfriend was supposed to come and stay with me, my family, at home, my home all summer, or for at least a good part of it, but his visa was rejected. That's something that took up a lot of space and time this past semester, just like trying to get his visa through and stuff. And we only found out it was rejected like pretty much after it was already too late. Like we already had canceled his flight and we thought he could join us like midway through the summer or something. Unfortunately, it's very much based on prejudice and stereotypes. I was always under the impression that Canada was very open, had very open doors, we let anybody in, we need people anyway. Turns out not so much, and it's been difficult to like comprehend and just to like accept. And then in terms of being at home, I wanted to do a whole video about this, about like internship searching and jobs. As I mentioned before, I worked with my career coach all year, and I do have 2 jobs. Well, one is an internship, one is a job. I'm really happy about how things turned out for me. It was a whirlwind. It was a little bit chaotic, very stressful at times, very discouraging, and I got rejected a lot. So I did want to make a video just about that, and you can let me know if that's something you're interested in. And then I did want to mention that I have a lot of like random footage from the past year, not just Berlin, but also Seoul or Busan, so like in South Korea. I don't know what to do with it, so you guys can tell me if you have ideas, like if you actually want me to make videos out of them and like fill in the gaps, or if you think I should scrap it and move on. And then I guess that brings me to like my last point. What content can you expect? What am I doing with my channel? And I'm still a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. Because as much as I love talking about Minerva and my experience and recording it all and helping with like applications and stuff, I want to branch out. And that's something that's like kind of been part of the reason I'm afraid to make a new video, or like even to get back into YouTube the whole semester, because I just did not know what I wanted to do. And I was like, problem for future Savannah, I'm not doing this right now. But I would like to transition my content, which is such a scary thing to say, because I know I'm gonna say like 95% of you here are here for the information I provide, not for who I am as a person. And if I shift the content completely, you might not be interested, and I totally understand. But I do want to at least incorporate some here and there. and I've been wanting to since I started my channel, but I've just been too afraid, or I've done it a little bit but then it's not been successful, so I've just given up. So I'm gonna try. If you're wondering what kind of content I'm talking about, I mean, of course I love vlogging, but I think vlogging is really suited for like while I'm traveling or while I'm at school. But I want to make fashion and sewing content and art by the plan. I don't know, it makes me nervous and it makes me doubt myself. I will not stop talking about Minerva, not at least until I graduate, and I am still actually planning a little bit of UWC content. If you're here for some reason and you care about that, if there's anything you want to see from me, please let me know. I need the encouragement, the motivation. I would love to know what you guys are doing this summer, where you're going, if you're ever going to be in one of the cities I'm going to. I would love to meet you, so just tell me, let me know. That's it for this video. It is so long awaited, and I'm sorry again for just disappearing on you. Thank you for watching. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!